a comparison video between the 2024 Chevy Traverse in the new design between 2 of 4 trims. To my left, I have the lower trim in the LT with 2 packages add-on, the Midnight Sport package and a Driver Enhanced package. And we're comparing it over to the trim right above it in the new to the lineup Traverse Z71 trim with just an enhanced driver package. Here in this video, we're going to be talking about the exterior, interiors, and the spec differences between both of these trims. Here at Vagabond Builds with James and Sandu. Before we even start, please tap that like button, subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more videos like this one. Keep watching, guys, because we're also going to be dropping that MSRP sticker and talking about the price points that both these trims are coming in at with those packages. A special shout out and a thanks to Roseville Chevrolet here at the Roseville Auto Mall in Roseville, California for providing us these beautiful cars for this comparison video. Let's go ahead now, guys, and dive in. So let's go ahead and dive in and talk specs. Now, before I even get into the specs, I want to mention that these are 2 of 4 trims. Now, you have the LS being the lowest trim. You have the LT second to lowest. Then goes the new Z71 to the Traverse lineup. And then the top trim being the RS. So they get rid of the Premier and the High Country trims, okay? Wanted to put that out there. As well as they get rid and do away with the 3.6 liter V6 naturally aspirated engine. And they bring a standard 2.5 liter turbocharged dual overhead cam 4-cylinder engine with an 8-speed automatic transmission. We only popped one hood because literally same drivetrain. But they do come with 328 horsepower and 326 pounds-feet of torque, which adds more pep to the step on the new 2024 Chevy Traverse. So MPG on both is going to be a 19 city, 24 highway, and a 21 combined, everybody. So MPG is exactly the same. Both come in the all-wheel drive setup, okay? Vagabond advice, if you don't have the option of getting the Z71, get the all-wheel drive and not the front-wheel drive, okay? But again, I'm sure that front-wheel drive is going to have better MPG. So again, it all comes down to perspective and what is needed. But in my case, I would go with the all-wheel drive. 2 colors on both for the exterior paint colors. You got the Summit White and the Sterling Gray Metallic, okay? And what is different on the front ends? We're going to talk about mainly differences in this video here at Vagabond Builds. Is the LT being the lower trim, you're going to see some blacked out trim work. And why is that? I mentioned to you guys, it does have a Midnight Sport package that you get. And what does that do? It just literally blacks out all the trim work, the rims, and so forth with the roof rails and all that. But the design on the grille is different, okay? Dropping down, lower grille is different as well, okay? This is a bit longer on the front end because the Z71 comes short because of the recovery hooks and that skid plate on the bottom as well, okay? Let's go ahead and shoot over to the Z71. Z71, different grille in the high gloss black, the trim stating Z71. Dropping down, this is where we're going to see a lot of difference here on the front end of the Z71 compared to the LT lower trim. Recovery hooks and that cut short front end here because of that skid plate if you're off-roading. As well as something else that you might notice right off the bat is that this is coming in at 7.5-inch ground clearance, 1.3-inch extra on the ground clearance for the Z71 compared to the LT. More of a road princess to where it's more rugged off-road look. Okay, guys. I also keep an eye out because these are the new revised and remodeled Traverses. I have to mention here at Vagabond Builds, I like this model a whole lot more than the last model. And yes, again, that all comes down to preference. I know I'm going to get some comments in the comment section below that people are like, I like the old one. But again, right off the bat, I do like these because they're more rugged and more squared off body shapes. Coming over to the side, a lot of differences here on the wheel area because this has the Midnight package. Comes with the 20-inch black gloss rim, kind of dirty. Different tires. Does come with the Continental cross contacts in the Eco Plus LX20s. 255, 55, 20. And you got a standard suspension system. But what I want to show you guys, keep an eye out also for this wheel well trim, okay? Kind of more flush with the fender. If we shoot over to the Goodyear Wrangler tires, and this is coming in at a 265, 65, 18. So 2 inches. Has an all-terrain tire. You can see the kind of knobbier tires with the dual color with the black gloss rim and the machine surface silver, and a standard suspension, but you got dampers on the suspension for the Z71, okay, making it more kind of an off-road vehicle worthy. And why I said keep an eye out for that, because these have more of a beefier or bulkier wheel well trim, kind of pops out. This is more flush, okay? Side mirrors, exactly the same. Integrated blinker lighting, blind spot assist, heated with the black gloss on top and the matte black plastic on the bottom with the 360 panoramic camera. And I mentioned that they do come with an enhanced drive package. And what does that get you? It does get you the Super Cruise on both. You also get the enhanced park assist, also the driver attention warning. You get the Bose premium sound. And one thing that the Z71 does add on to the enhanced driver package is that you get that live feed rear view camera that I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. But again, take it to consideration because you will see lower trims not coming with the 360 panoramic camera, okay? Both have the same keyless fob entry, locking buttons, black gloss trim going around the windows, up top roof rails, matte black plastic here on the LT, high gloss black on the Z71. Coming over to the rear end, literally the only difference here in the rear end with regards to the LT compared to the Z71 is, yes, you have the LT emblem or lettering because it's the trim, and then you got the Z71 here, okay? And also, remember I mentioned to you guys that you get that backup live camera. Here on the LT, you don't have that option, okay? And that comes with the enhanced driver package here with a washer for that back camera, okay? But everything is exactly the same with regards to the spoiler, integrated brake light, privacy glass wiper, LED tail lights coming down over to the back camera with its little nozzle, Traverse all-wheel drive, matte black plastic bumper sensors going across, and then you got the silver and the twin tip exhaust on each side. Everything is exactly the same, then other than I mentioned is the emblems and that camera up top. Now I'm going to open up the LT cargo area because it's exactly the same. No reason to waste your guys' time here at Vagabond Builds. With the seats up, second and third row, you get 23 cubic feet of space. Drop that third and second row, you get a maximum cubic feet of space of 98 cubic feet of space. A lot of space. Go ahead and drop that so you guys kind of get an idea of it. All right. And 12-volt outlet here on the right-hand side with your tie downs and some more cubby room back down here. And under that plastic tote, you're going to have a spare tire on both Traverses, okay? So shout out to Chevy for putting their spare tires in their cars. Let's go ahead and shut this tailgate. Now that we're done showing you guys the specs, the exterior differences, let's go ahead and jump inside and show you guys the interior differences. So right off the bat, everybody, I know I made a mistake with talking about the all-wheel drive system for the ones who are in the market and they studied it. You literally have the all-wheel drive option on both and the option to actually drop into two-wheel drive on both as well. So sorry for the mistake, but let's go ahead and continue and show you guys the main differences that meet the eye here in the LT. So this being the lower main differences right now. Door sill plate. On the LT, you don't get a door sill plate. On the LT, you do not have the weather mats, okay? And then the stitching comes with the red torch stitching on the seating and Z71 embroidered here on the headrest that you do not get in the LT. Inlays, you're going to see different torch red inlays with different designs on the doors, on the dashboard as well. If we come over to the screen itself, you get one different mode here on the screen, and I'm going to show you guys that, is this mode right here. The snow and ice mode actually gets replaced on the Z71 with the terrain mode, okay? Let's go ahead and show you guys that again. That's the ice mode, but everything else is pretty much similar, okay? Now moving up, the live feed camera, Z71 gets that live feed camera because of the enhanced driver package. You also have the option in the Z71 that gets added on to the Z71 with the tilt slide sunroof panoramic glass option that goes all the way over to the second row seating that you do not get in the LT. So that's why I'm like kind of like boggled, honestly, because you're actually getting $1,500 extra on the Z71 and you're getting the bells and whistles and the enhanced driver package. The only thing that you're not getting is that midnight black trim work and the 20-inch aluminum rims. And then finishing off with the Z71 emblem stapled on the steering wheel. Okay, so that's pretty much it here in the front, but I want to show you guys now some similarities, okay? Similarities with regards to the unlock, lock button, window switches. You got some buttons going on. This is the way you're going to put your parking button, your modes, all-wheel drive, two-wheel drive system, and automatic on and off button. Steering wheel does come with a Super Cruise. You're going to see that here and here as well for that Super Cruise. And you can see a button there on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. That's a Super Cruise button. You also get the heated steering wheel on both, and you can actually change between different themes there on your cluster screen, 11-inch digital cluster screen. You got the shift lever is similar along with the lever for your windshield wipers. Similarities here, 17.7-inch infotainment screen. They both come with a 360 camera system, and they also come with the wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Auto Park Assist. That's because of the enhanced driver package. Built-in Alexa. Show you guys what 17.7-inch map screen looks like. This is one of my favorite parts of this car, is the look of that. Just phenomenal look on the Google Maps. And your lighting switches are no longer manual switches, but they are touch-sensitive lighting buttons for the exterior lighting. Okay, both come with the heated seats, controls for the dual climate controls. You get the wireless charging pad, the USB-C, USB-A plug-in, and the cup holders with center console area, removable tray, and a lot of room in the center console. Okay, guys, now we're done here in the front of the LT. Let's go ahead and show you guys a quick look on the second and third row seating. Not much difference there, and jump into the Z71. All right, everybody, so the main differences here in the back, second row is the red torch stitching, as I mentioned in the front, so kind of similar. And then if we come over to this kind of wrapped armrest area, you're gonna have some design on the wrap that they put on the door panel. Also up top, because the optional panoramic glass, the lighting system does get placed on the right and on the left, and the vents are different because they're placed on the left and the right of the glass in the Z71. But other than that, everything else is literally the same with the jet black cloth interior. The ways to control the seating, you're gonna bunny hop it from this lever up here, just like that. You're gonna drop the backrest from the lever here, and you also have an armrest. You also have the option of getting a bench seat in the Traverses, making it an 8-passenger midsize SUV. On the back of those front seats, you get each one pocket. Your tri-zone climate control, which is pretty much exactly the same from the LT to the Z71. Very simple. USB-C plugins, two here, an inverter, similar, and some cubby room. To put it into perspective for you guys, another big reason why I like the Traverses is because they actually have a mid-size SUV that actually can fit me in the second row really well. I'm about 6 feet 2 inches, so legroom is there with the head clearance. You're going to actually have more head clearance on the non-panoramic glass because that glass takes away from the head clearance. And let's shoot over to the third row and show you guys one of my favorite parts of the Traverse now is that the third row, actually being a midsize SUV, you actually feel comfortable back here as a taller person. So you're not feeling as claustrophobic. Yes, it does feel a bit smaller from the second to the third row, but not as small as certain competitors. Okay, especially if you don't have a really tall person in the second row, you can actually increase that legroom. Head clearance is completely there, all right? And the vents back here with the lighting, USB-C plugins back here as well is similar, okay? Let's go ahead and shoot over to the Z71 right now. So the difference is here in the Z71, and this is my preferred here at Vagabond Builds, get a load of those door sill plates, the weather mats, the torch red stitching, the Z71 embroidered into the headrest with the torch red stitching, the inlay differences, red on the dashboard and also the door panels. Also, as I mentioned, with regards to the modes, we're going to show you guys the terrain mode. But you do not get an icy snow mode in the Z71. And with that, you get the traction control off when you're riding, and it automatically puts the system in all-wheel drive, okay? So on both, when you hit that kind of off-road terrain mode, because that does have a off-road mode, it goes into traction control off. This one goes into terrain mode, traction control off, okay? Let's go ahead and go back into normal. All right. And the live feed camera. That's another big one. Differences between the enhanced driver package up top, tilt slide, panoramic glass option. Loving this, all right? But remember, it takes away from the head on the second and third row seating. a little bit because of the system. The Z71 steering wheel as well as stapled, okay? But other than that, everything else is pretty much the same, everybody, all right? Nothing much different that I showed you guys. Now let's go ahead and shoot over to the second row, show you guys the little minute differences, drop these MSRP stickers, and finish up with this video. All right, second row differences, the stitching, as I mentioned, that design, but that's also in the front, okay? So the wrap on the door panels are slightly different there. As well as because of the glass, this is optional for the lights, and the vents are on the right and on the left of that glass, okay? Head clearance, as I mentioned to you guys, is slightly smaller here. But I'm not gonna go in the third row seating because it's exactly the same. Don't wanna waste your guys' time. So as promised, here's the MSRP sticker first to the LT being the lower trim. So check those MSRP stickers out carefully. Now here's the MSRP sticker to the Z71. Thank you guys so much for watching our channel here at Vagabond Builds with James and Sandu. If you want more in-depth review videos of different trims of the Traverse, check out our channel for those videos. Thank you, and God bless you.